All right. Well, I'm really excited about your new ideas, Indu, and I'd like to see your result. And you can get the details with Renee ironed out. But for now, we're going to lead a class on how to promote yourself in your business. We're going to talk about marketing techniques, just litigious sort of how to get a business license, how to get yourself out there in a practical way, strategies, business plans, how to approach a bank. We're going to talk about, branding and your demographic that you want to reach, as well as any finance questions. I'm not the greatest at tax stuff, but I'm willing to try to talk with you about that. If I have any information on it, I will. Licensure, and then we'll talk a little bit about the exam, the national exam that you might have questions on, as well as there was something else that was the topic for tonight. I think it was the exam, right? It was business and the exam. Wasn't that right, Renee?
The consultations on their own.
Oh, no, then it wasn't the exam. Okay, it would be the consultations. So I would like to give you ideas on how to collect people for your unsupervised 25 visits, the client intakes that you are required to submit to the school, which are mandated by the National Ayurvedic Medical Association. They require those. And we can talk about how to get these clients and what that entails, what kind of questioning and what kind of documenting that you have to do. And then the forms that we have, I will get Renee to send them to you. So you have to print these forms and use them with your clients. And if you have specific questions too, I'm going to answer them the best I can.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's quite simple. It's really not complicated. So, but we can talk about that after the business piece. So what I thought we would do is today, it's 6:39. Say a little prayer and begin on a sacred note. I keep getting Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha. That's the Gayatri mantra. Why is that? That's just flooding my head right now. Maybe I'm supposed to sing it. Yeah, that's just the only one that keeps coming in loud. So the other one is just dim. So I'm going to go with the loudest one in my head, okay? So if anyone knows the Gayatri mantra, feel free to say it with me. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Prachodayat. Om. So that was the Gayatri. That was the mantra that brings light, illumination.
I'm sorry, I don't know the words, so I
That's
couldn't
okay.
join.
No, some people know it, some people don't know it. I didn't expect you to all know it. Just sometimes hearing the Sanskrit sounds can wake you up. So it doesn't mean that you have to say them out loud. Just hearing them is enough to ignite the sacred chant. So you can Google Gayatri mantra if you want to. There's all kinds of versions of it. Gayatri mantra, I'll spell it. It's a beautiful mantra. It's the mantra that my very best friend died to. She died about a month and a half ago, and she insisted on having the Gayatri mantra repetitively going in the background to help her to go to the light, to lead her soul to find the light. So when I was there helping her pass, I did my best to sing the Gayatri mantra with her without crying. It wasn't easy. So Gayatri mantra. There it is. So that goes to everyone. Gayatri. Okay.
Gayatri. G-A-I-T-I.
You got it.
G-A-I.
So Indu, would you mute yourself? And if you need to ask a question, you can unmute. And Nikki, hello. And Heidi did her video. Yay. Anyone else here? Let's see if I scroll all to the right or left. Nobody, that's it. So just the four of us. Okay, so what I thought today, what I would do instead of, bore you to death with, an outline of a business lecture, what I would like to share with you is, how I got started as an entrepreneur, and maybe this will shed some light for you as well. First of all, anyone that's graduating as an Ayurvedic health counselor will have to face the fact that they probably will be entrepreneurial. So people don't just put ads out looking for Ayurvedic health counselor. So, maybe yoga studios would do that, but mostly you're going to need to market yourself and be your own boss and be responsible for running this business as your own. And maybe you collaborate with somebody or become part of a collaborative, like a healing arts network or a yoga center with other healers, or even in that though, you're still entrepreneurial. So what I've found is that firstborn children make natural entrepreneurs. So if you're a firstborn child, then it would be very natural for you to want to open your own business and do your own thing and make you very independent. Now that's usually a firstborn can be like a third child if there is a lot of time between the second child and the third child. Say, for example, you have 10-year span or a 7-year span between the child in front of you, then you're still a firstborn. Does that make sense? Yeah, so if you have 2 years in between or 3 years in between and you're like second or third or fourth, then that doesn't make you that you cannot be an entrepreneur. You can still be, you can do anything you want. What I'm saying is the people that are typically firstborn are people who just, according to statistics, say that 5 times fast, they are naturally entrepreneurial. My dad is actually a pretty famous entrepreneur. I'm pretty proud of him. He wrote about 25 books on business. One of his books was Power of Persuasion, and another one, How to Write a Business Plan. He wrote one, No Guts, No Glory. He wrote, I have all of his books over here on my bookshelf. I should just turn my video camera over there. Can't see them all in the same spot, but there are about 25 books anyways. And he is Harvard graduate, brilliant, charismatic speaker. And he owns something called the CEO Clubs International, Chief Executive Officers Clubs. So, and he also owned the Center for Entrepreneurial Management when I was growing up as a child. And he always had me in the back of all of his lectures. And my sister, we used to run his books. So he'd be giving lectures around the world, and Amy and I would sit in the back of his lecture classroom and sell his books for him. And then he gave that business up for some reason and opened now this international CEO chapter. And I've been going to his chapters, where he has CEOs across the country. And I listen in, and I honestly never, I've done this since I was like 15 or 16, mostly because it was a free trip. He'd invite me on a free trip, and I didn't really care about meeting the CEOs, and I never thought I was going to be a CEO. I never thought I was a business type of person. I love to bake apple pie and dance and write poetry. I never thought, I thought I was going to find a rich husband and never have to work. So here I am, 53, and I didn't know my life would turn in this direction where I really had to rely on myself and be an entrepreneur and try to remember the things that I was learning when I was in the back of his lectures, selling his books with my sister. Anyways, I didn't really pay much attention to what he was saying, but little bits of it came in my head. Of course, it's going to affect me on a consciousness level. And then I started paying more attention as I got older, and meeting the entrepreneurs that made a lot of money, and they all wanted to meet each other because it's very lonely at the top of these businesses, these very wealthy men running these huge businesses. He had Donald Trump as one of them about 5 years ago. And he knows Donald, I guess, but I don't know if they probably don't. It's been a while. But anyways, he taught me a lot. And I learned that these men, I learned the personal lives, which is more than anything. I didn't learn a lot about the business and marketing, a little bit came in. But the personal lives of these people, I got to have lunch with them and meet them and hear them commiserate with each other that they can't make friends with the employees, they can't make friends with staff at all, and that it was all on their shoulders, and that they never really got to rest at night because it was their company. It wasn't 9 to 5. They couldn't call in sick. And then what do they do about XYZ? And then they'd ask a fellow CEO officer, and they would share and commiserate ideas. And it let me into the world of entrepreneurs. I got to understand that world. And I never honestly, as I was understanding it, thought at all. I felt so disassociated. I felt I wasn't part of that. I'm not them. They're all Harvard graduates, MIT, Brown University, Ivy League, and they're all talking about these things that I cannot comprehend, infrastructures and all, words that were beyond my, apple pie and hip hop dancing and whatever, a yoga teacher, whatever I was, massage therapist, astrology, and I believe in ghosts and angels and all kinds of crazy things. These people did not understand me. So there was a disassociation, and the point is now I realize that I still am one of them. Maybe all of you are, but I'm just different, and we're different. We belong to a different demographic. We still need to apply these principles that they were all talking about, and do it right, and have a real business plan, and have a focus, and not be all into the laws of attraction. If we just think really, really hard, and we, our intentions are pure, that God will just provide. Well, no, God provides for those who help themselves. So we have to make a plan. We have to do things. There is a doing, and then there is a being, and there's a balance. So we can be the change, we can pray, we can have intention and meditate, but we also have to do. And Maharishi used the words, the relative and the absolute. So he'd say, there are times on this planet that we cannot always be in the absolute, the meditative, transcendental space where all the magic happens. And all these people in Fairfield, Iowa, doing transcendental meditation for 7 hours a day, they are in the absolute primarily. They don't have a lot of money. They're maybe very awake and translucent people, but paying the bills, it's tough for them. I used to give them all massages and meet these people. They just didn't have a grip on the relative world. So a successful entrepreneur in our industry, the healing arts, has a grip on the balance between the relative and the absolute. So yeah, meditate for sure. Once a day if you can, 20 minutes minimum. Preferably twice a day if you can. And do. So I do think that people who are doers are going to make more money and be more successful than those who are sitting in the absolute in meditation, thinking that it's someone else is going to do it for them by magic. There is magic, and I do believe that, and I do believe when we are fully rested and then we have that balance between rest and doing, there's an overdoing, but if we have the balance where we're more rested, we actually get more done. So the meditation piece is really, really important, but I want to stress it also requires a lot of work. And I've been doing astrology for a long time, the Jyotish, and I've noticed those successful people have it in their Jyotish chart for success. They're wired for it. So with that, I often feel like, is this fate? Is it destiny? Who is really going to be successful? Who who could try really, really, really hard as that other person, and who's really going to succeed. It's going to be that person that has that wiring in their Jyotish chart that is more likely to succeed. It doesn't mean you can't succeed without the wiring, because we can transcend our charts, but I can see in the charts for those people who are destined for great success and those people whose dharma is most important to them, because there are dharma houses, and if those dharma houses are lit up, which means if there are planets sitting in the dharma houses, then you are someone with a very strong dharma, and that nature will support your dharma naturally, so that doors open for you. And then I meet people like one of my best friends came to visit me last weekend, Kimmy, my college girlfriend. She has really no career. She sort of, and she's very embarrassed about it. She's been that way since I knew her from Northeastern University. She is a housewife and a mom, an excellent mother, and she helps her husband in his business, do the books and organize things. But she's never had her own shingle, her own business card, her own identity. And she looks at me and she's in awe. And she wasn't in awe at the end of the weekend, because she saw the hell I have to go through with all micromanaging of all the staff. She's like, oh, thank God I don't have that kind of a dharma. But her dharma is more about family and home and raising children like that. And that is extremely important. So we can't undermine that or shrink it. But her planets were not lighting up for her moksha houses. I mean, her dharma houses. Her other houses about practicality were more lit up. So I just wanted her to make peace with that, so she doesn't keep striving to be something she's not. It's so important to be who you are and not who you aren't. Like, don't swim upstream, in other words. So she started making peace with that after I showed her chart, and I said, it's not like you were unlucky that you didn't get a dharma or a credential or a shingle that you get to have a business card or call yourself this or that. She sort of made peace with it after realizing that she has made an impact in the world, and everybody has a dharma, but it doesn't always have to be related to the 10th house of career, like the actual place where money comes in and you're out there in the real world. Okay, so that said, I want to talk with each of you about your career path. So my point is that I don't want to just ramble on about how to be successful. I want to ask you each personally where you're going, what's your plan, and then I want to be able to help you each, maybe 10 minutes with each of you, and each of you listen to each other, so that if I say something to say Nikki, maybe it helps Heidi too. So if you don't mind sharing, I would love to be able to make this the most productive hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever we have together, as possible, so that you each feel like you are going to take a next step in the right direction of your own career. How does that sound? Yeah, he said yes.
Sounds great.
Good. Okay. So why don't I start with Abby? Can I ask you, where are you planning to go with your Ayurvedic health counselor credential? What's your hope? First of all, give me your dream and your hope, and then give me something practical that you think you can actually segue into.
Sure. Sorry, I was a little late, so I'm like a little flustered having just walked in, but I'll answer it as best as I can. So I, a couple years ago, like to give you a tiny bit of background, I currently work in market research for a psychology-based market research company, and it's pretty much what I've done for the last 5 years out of college. But I've always been extremely interested in health and wellness and anthropology and film and things that are, to be frank, that are less high paying and less practical in some ways. So anyway, a couple of years ago, I was deciding, I want to quit market research, which I did. And I had this really big dream to open up this this sort of anti-spa, which would be, spas are very white and very like trickling water and sort of very, very calming. And I wanted a place where it would be 7 floors. This is a huge idea. 7 floors based on the chakras, and there would be music, and there would be movement suggestions, and there would be scents related to each of those chakras, and it would be more kind of high energy. So you could have, there might be like a punching bag, there'd be like really intensely physical things that you could do to kind of release something. So the whole center would be called Release. So that was a huge idea that I had that is absolutely not come to fruition at all. So that's one thing.
I like the dream. I love it.
Yeah. So, and I haven't thought about it in a couple of years now. I got back into market research after kind of trying to do the more spirituality, mind, body thing and having it not quite work out. And now I'm kind of trying to do both. Another idea I have is this, which is not directly related to Ayurveda, but is related to healing and health. So it's kind of on the same path, is this app called Care Share, which would be this, caregivers are really overburdened. And so the idea would be to connect people in local neighborhoods to each other to help people out with different tasks, getting groceries or getting, raking the leaves or whatever. And as a sort of way of kind of connecting local communities and as, using the internet to bring people together versus isolate people. So I know that's not strictly related to Ayurveda, but sort of kind of has a healing element to it. So I've pitched that idea. So those are a couple different things I have stewing. And I mean, I've always thought, maybe I would do workshops at community centers and whatnot, but my struggle mainly is to, I have this career that I have now and to figuring out how to either integrate or how to either separate from what it is I'm doing in order to feel like I'm doing something that feels more me, because the market research does not completely feel me. I'm pretty decent at it and involves talking to people and analytical skills, which I'm pretty strong at, have a very analytical kind of mind and research oriented, but it doesn't always, it's too, it's for clients that I don't care about, too corporate, a lot of, blah, blah, blah. But so I'm trying to kind of figure out how I can either weave in the Ayurveda or, do I slowly transition out of market research and kind of do one of these more big picture dreams? So that's my life story for now.
I think that's fascinating. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, hopefully that helps, and hopefully it wasn't too boring for people.
Not at all. No, every bit of it was very meaningful, and I see where you're at. You were very clear about where you were and where you'd like to go and where you are now. You're in a cusp kind of transitory time where crossroads where money versus following your heart versus maybe a little bit of both. Exactly. How do I balance that? How do I have the joy piece? The joy piece is your the healing arts and people that you like and kindred spirits and helping and being of service. And then you have the other piece of you that is very logical and has great marketing skills. And you couldn't make money doing that, but do you want to deal with this corporate 500 sort of non-kindred spirit mentality?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, I get that. So I would say, not that I have all the answers, but I'm going to try to create a space for you to find the answers and have you do your own internal dialogue with some questions and use your own, maybe your belly or if my belly talks to me when I feel uncomfortable about something, it might get a little tightness in my belly, but everyone has something. Maybe it's your head.
It's my chest usually. Yeah, it's like my chest heart area. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, then, sometimes I get a little pitter patter up here if that doesn't, or goosebumps so the body speaks, right? So when someone's saying something that doesn't resonate, you can know that right away, not resonating, or if it does resonate, you can get goosebumps, or you can get like a soft feeling in your belly or like that. So I'm going to make some suggestions and I ask you to tune into your body and see if what I'm saying resonates. If it doesn't, then you need to go with your own intuition, not what I say. But what I might suggest might take you to another level or open up a door that may not have opened up, but maybe not the exact door. So what I'm thinking is, I have a friend, she used to be a client, she didn't know what to do with her life, and she came to my Sacred Stone class like in 2002, and she loved healing in the stones, but she didn't want to be a massage therapist. So she didn't know what she wanted, but she wanted to be of service. So she decided to open her own business called Caring Hands. And she created a business card. And she marketed herself to all these elderly people on Ocean Drive. And they have a lot of money. So she would go after them to sign contracts in a very loving way. She's a very loving person. She truly one of the most compassionate people I've ever met. I love her. She's a lifelong friend. And she got like 6 main contracts with these wealthy people. And then she got so big she couldn't get to all of them. She used to make them lunch and dinner and do their groceries, help them bathe. She would go in, and she's not even a nurse. So she was just somebody that is very domestic, and everybody in Newport knows Mary Lehane. She's an Irish girl with an Irish accent that just has a heart of gold. One day she gave me $3,000. She has no money. She has no money. I know she has no money, but she gave me $3,000 one day because she knew there was a class I wanted to take. This was like 10 years ago. She just wrote me a check. She said, I just love you so much. I'm giving this money to you. I've never met anyone like her in my life. And so I got to take this course, and it was an astrology course, of course. She knew how much I wanted to do this course. Anyways, she's that kind of person that just, she'd give you the shirt off her back. So she succeeded at making these people very happy on Ocean Drive. But she had to actually start delegating, and she hired people, and that's where she burnt out. I'll tell you, she went into it for 5 years, made a boatload of money. But she had like 2 cell phones with her, and she was on the phone all the time micromanaging the staff. Oh, you can't make it over to George's house. Well, let's call the sub list and have somebody cover you for George, and then make sure that Henry's house is covered. So she started losing her mind, and it became too much, and she burnt out. She couldn't give anymore. So she still has Caring Hands, but she's sized way down to maybe 1 customer, and she went into school for counseling. She got her bachelor's degree in counseling, and now she's working under one of the psychotherapists here on the island with her license, and is able to do counseling and get insurance and everything. So she's doing one-on-one counseling with 1 Caring Hands client that she goes to like once or twice a week, and she's opened an Airbnb where she's attracting very similar type of people that she had at the old person, running these old people's homes who want nurturing, that love her food. She makes homemade Irish muffins, and so she's cooking and caring for these people that come to her house, which is less stressful. She doesn't have to hire people. So that's Mary's story. That doesn't have to be your story, but that's how she blended that's how she was able to be of service and still make a lot of money, and then, change careers as a counselor. She went one-on-one, and now she's making some good money one-on-one, and making money with the Airbnb. I would say use your marketing skills for yourself and not for working for some big corporate company, because being in that environment can really kill your spirit.
Oh, absolutely. And the interesting thing is the plus side of this job is that I work remotely, which is also sort of the con. So I don't have to go into a sterile environment. At the same time, it's extremely demanding of emails, just kind of lack of boundaries and whatnot. But that resonates what you just said, is to use those skills for my own. And it's more market research even than marketing, but it absolutely resonates to use those to my own, for my own whatever I want to create versus for... Yes,
because you could open something like Caring Hands like Mary and take it to the next level. She just wasn't equipped to do, she grew so fast. It was so stressful. She didn't have marketing. She didn't have a nursing degree. She had no background. So it was a great concept, and everyone loved her. So that's why she got these gigs. but it got out of hand. But this may not get out of hand for you since you have skills and training with marketing. You might be able to actually get enough people to do this and do it right. Maybe you could have some kind of Uber app. You could get that big. Who knows? But I would say you could use Ayurveda. Like Mary went to some of the Ayurveda conferences with me. She loves Ayurveda too, but she doesn't do it. She likes to teach about health in her own way. So she does it. She does Ayurveda, I'll say, with her clients that she does counseling with, as well as people that come to her Airbnb. So she knows how to cook for the seasons.
Yes.
You know, and she'll make lifestyle recommendations based on the Veda, you know, yoga types and stretching and you know, go to bed by 10 and eat this food combination, or don't, or maybe eat your largest meal at lunch, or these kinds of tips. Mary knew because she worked with me for 15 years. She came in for a massage almost every week, and I used to teach her stuff. Oh, wow. And she went to some of the NAMA conferences with me and met Dr. John Douliard. And so she never attended my training online like this, but she spent enough time with me, and we used to just travel around to these conferences. Anyway, she just did it because I just wanted a sidekick, and she just loved hanging out with me. And you know, she used to run my booth sometimes, so she had the information enough to give Ayurvedic tips to people. So you can still use your Ayurveda in anything that you do. It's just, what do you want to do? And I think that the caring, sharing, what did you call it?
Care share. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it would change, but care share is what I'm calling it for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a great idea because so many people need help in their homes. Yes. So, yeah.
Right. It's like those little tasks that sort of weigh people down. It was actually it was a design challenge. I'm waiting to hear back if I won. So I submitted a proposal for it. I actually, and I interviewed people. So I used my market research skills to try to make my application a little bit more appealing, to say, hey, I've interviewed people and these are the problems that people are having and whatnot. But yeah, care share, who knows? I mean, even if I don't win, I might try to still pursue it. Although it is a little daunting to sort of start something from total scratch, as I'm sure you know, because you've created a business. But exciting to do that.
Just do baby steps and get one client at a time, and see how it goes with that one client. Then get your next client, and just build it slowly. Yeah. And then you can always, like Mary did, back out and go into counseling.
It's true. There's always a way out of anything other than like getting a tattoo, or you can even get away out of that.
Right. I say explore it and see if this feels right to you. And you'll know if this is your dharma, if doors start to open and people just show up and you know, this is an easy segue in. If it's not and you feel you're going uphill, then maybe there's something else for you to do.
Yeah.
Well, create a niche market in the marketing. Like I had somebody here that created a niche where she was speaking at yoga centers, and even like the Learning Connection here in Rhode Island, and I think it's even international. I'm not international. New England Learning Connection. They have continuing education, online classes. They have, or you can just go to any university, community college, and put together some kind of a seminar where, or teach it at a library, offer it for free, and then from there you might get somebody offering you money to teach it somewhere. But marketing for the healing arts.
Right. I know. I would love to have clients that feel more resonant with what I'm interested in. Absolutely. Like, or do like for Planned Parenthood or something, like something that, right. Yeah.
So take your gifts and merge that. So if you have gifts in marketing and you have gifts in the healing arts, let's just use a very logical combination. That would just be marketing, teach marketing to the healing arts professionals, because most of us are so into serving that we're not so good at the other side of the brain, right?
Right.
The marketing piece doesn't come natural. When you have both, right side, left brain, right brain activated, you're pretty lucky because not everybody has that. So if you have that, then I say merge them both and help out the healing arts professionals who, I have some of them are so tech phobic that they won't buy a continuing education course on my website without first talking to me. I have to talk.
Oh, wow. Right, because I think maybe it's a scam or something, or that it's not going to happen if they buy it online.
No, a lot of them don't want to put their credit card in.
Right. It's going to get security.
They're not, yeah, they're still back in the day. They're not, right now you can just go online and just buy a course. You don't have to call and ask a million questions. Anyways, I'm finding that is just our industry. A lot of massage therapists are just not naturally good at marketing themselves or online. And even my school right now, we have 12 students, and 5 of them tried to get out of the class where Jada was going to teach them how to design a brochure. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want it. Yeah, they said they don't care about marketing. They're just going to get their license and go to Massage Envy or whatever and not not deal with the marketing and not create a brochure. They didn't want to do all that. They just couldn't wrap their heads around going to like staples.com or Vistaprint and creating something to market. They couldn't even think about getting a promotional picture or a logo or a brand, or they didn't want to go there. And it was like pulling teeth with them. And these were people who are really good at touching
the craft.
Yeah, they're very vocational, very service-oriented, struggle with marketing themselves. So if you have the skills for both, I say, why don't you help out your fellow healing arts people?
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that's, and I think that, a few years ago when I quit my job and then was kind of trying to put it all together and it was overwhelming, I think I thought of it more. Now I'm 27. I was younger then. I think I thought of it as more of a black and white thing. And I think now I'm realizing that I can slowly start to integrate these interests of mine or merge them in a way that doesn't mean that I have to say, like, goodbye to my job, going to cut the cord right this second. It can sort of be a process of integrating and then maybe slowly letting go of it versus having the absolute no security of not having an income at all. Yeah,
don't do that. No, don't. No cold turkey. Just,
exactly.
Yeah. Just wean yourself out of it.
Right.
Baby steps to everything, cautiously but fearlessly. Right?
I like that. Yes. That resonates. Yeah.
Good. And we'll do a reading together, and I can tell you the most auspicious times to begin maybe some things that maybe we get more clarity on exactly where to go. And I can see which houses are lit up, which Dharma houses are lit up, so we can know your Dharma.
Yeah, no, I would love that. I'm going to schedule one with you because it's it just feels like it's the right time to sort of get some guidance like that. Sometimes you feel like it's the right time, and sometimes it feels like you more kind of want to just go with your gut. And for now, I'm feeling like I can use a reading. So
yeah, you're probably at a crossroads where the dashas, the cycles are in. You're probably going from one to the next. Usually, when people go change mahadashas, maha meaning great, dasha meaning cycle. The great cycles we go through planetary cycles. Sometimes, for example, Rahu is 18 years. And then after you leave Rahu, you go into Jupiter. And when people leave Rahu, things go up in smoke. Everything that they knew their life to be goes up in smoke. And they're transitioning into Jupiter. And it feels like the rug is being pulled out. And nobody knows that unless they see it in front of them at the Jyotish chart, but they can feel it. They'll call me for a reading. And it's like there's this feeling of uneasiness, restlessness, and what's coming, and they know something is up, but nobody can articulate it. But then I can say, oh, well, this is why you're going through this big change in your life. So now this house is going to be activated. And now this will be your new theme, or I don't know, maybe you're not going through one, but could be. We could look and see if that's what's going on for you.
Yeah. No, thank you. That's super helpful. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right. I hope I was able to shed some light. So let's go to Carol. You're here. Woohoo! I'm going in order on my screen. I don't know if you can hear me because I don't see your mic, Karen.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
hold on, I'm gonna put my video on. I'm so sorry. I just got here like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, so I'm not even quite sure where you are.
Oh, that's okay. I started off just talking a little bit about my history and how I became an entrepreneur. I didn't really give a lot of details, just sort of my dad and I followed in after my dad's footsteps and didn't even really realize I was going to be an entrepreneur. I didn't ever think I would be running a school. I just thought I didn't have it in me, and I was groomed to be a really great Betty Crocker brownie maker, a housewife and domestic and, you know, whatever. But here I am, barely making brownies and mostly running the show. So I had no idea that that would happen, but I guess the universe knew, and so I was thrown into these seminars, watching my dad, listening to him speak, and I was kind of not really paying attention because it wasn't interesting. But it came in through consciousness. I think there were some pieces that he was teaching because he was a business teacher, a marketing teacher. So it must have affected me, and so here I am. And also, firstborns that I talked about are natural entrepreneurs, and how that AHC graduates, how Ayurvedic Health Counselor graduates, need some entrepreneurial skills, because really you're not going to go to Craigslist and find Ayurvedic Health Counselor wanted. It's you have to market yourself in this industry, like to yoga centers, find your space, you know, a collaborative of other healing arts professionals, or open your own and put your shingle up and pay your rent or whatever it is. But with you have a yoga studio, so you're already in. And that makes it easier. That was my case too. When I first started at the Ayurvedic Institute, I was a fitness trainer and a yoga teacher. So I was in New Mexico and I was working at a gym, and I had already had fitness clients. And Dr. Ladd had asked us to go do these, you know, sort of supervised, unsupervised client visits. And most of the people in the program had just sort of dropped in to Albuquerque, never been there before, didn't have any friends or family, and didn't know anybody to ask. And I had a pool of people to ask at the gym, so I was really lucky that I could just use my clients already as my, you know, practice clients for Ayurveda, so that the gym became more like I was doing Ayurvedic personal training, teaching a little bit about herbs and recommending food, and then recommending yoga posture, as well as maybe you do, you know, bicep curls with, you know, prana, ujjayi breath. I don't know, you know what I mean? I mixed it all in, and you can mix yours in easily now with your yoga studio. You can ask your yoga students to do the 25 unsupervised clients. You have a whole pool of people to ask, and you can also just start putting a shingle up in your own studio. Ayurveda Health Counselor, you know, come in and pay you $108 for an hour and a half to sit with you. So it's a shoo-in.
Yep. Yeah, all my massage therapy clients, in terms of like body work clients, energy work, whatever they're doing with me.
I forgot your massage therapy too. Yeah. See, you've got this together already.
Everything, but I've already paved the way, because like with the emotional freedom technique, like the spiritual counseling that I do, I've really just tried to take all of that anyways now and really super just put it through the lens of Ayurveda only, and just like call it what it is. Boom.
Good.
Nice.
Nice. So you have a clear plan.
Yeah, and getting people off the table is my plan. Hi, get up, get up to the big room. I say, you're not gonna lay on the table anymore. You're gonna learn Abhyanga yourself. I'll help you. But like, I really restructuralize people so much physically that there's a time and place, you know, for that, right? That you need that. But a lot of times, you know, when people are coming on your table, you were talking about nurturing, you know what I mean, with the Mary lady or whatever her name was, right? Cooking the food, and like, people are coming to you for you, you know, no matter what it is you're doing. So when you really have that energy and resonance of whatever it is you're doing, you're really, like, when we talk about marketing, I mean, you're marketing, you know, yourself. So people will come to you for you, whatever it is you're doing. So people want to hang out with you. People want to spend time with you. People want to, you know, they want not only your knowledge, and what you're helping them with in that way, but really only because you're delivering it with such love, caring, compassion, listening to them, dealing with it all. That's what they want more than anything, because nobody listens to anybody that more, you know what I mean? And like if they go to their normal doctor, like we said, right, there's a computer in front of them, you're lucky they get a couple of minutes, you out the door. So when people come to us, they're like, forget it. They take their shoes off. They're sitting in a comfortable thing, and they just want to be heard. They want to be heard and seen.
That's true.
Give them space to be heard and seen, and then you start listening to what you're hearing and seeing. And then, of course, like you said, you insert the most simplest thing that if they don't know it at first, where they're coming from, we take for granted how many people really don't know the basics. And that's really just what you're starting with, right? With everybody.
Right.
And it's the most amazing thing ever. Like the simplest thing of, like we had said, even just about the diet or the rhythm of sleep or the food that they're eating. Like today alone, the woman got all upset, with the absolute just suggestion of helping to recognize how late at night she eats, right? But then the conversation very quickly went to, because she just got all in a tizzy because I can't eat like that because I have a husband and he wants to eat at this time, right? And then it all rose. But then we were able to really look at what's going on, really what's looking at, right? The underlying things. So now it's more about that relationship with her and her husband and the animosity towards this and that. And then that all started to come out. Had nothing to do with what time, to eat and say, you're going to tell me time to eat. So meaning when you do that, if you do have a little bit more, whatever background, or you get it as you go kind of thing, then I'm like, listen, lady, we're tapping on this stuff, right? So you start tapping, you start letting her release it. Then you realize, listen, dear one, you are going to insert the titanium background and realize that just because he's eating at that time, if that's what he's choosing to do, you can still sit and pleasantly share space and be with him. Sip tea, sip water, share space, but it doesn't mean you have to put food in your mouth at 9 o'clock at night just because he is. So we had to insert that because she was all like, blah, 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 And I said again, and then again, you go back lovingly and say, well, it's a choice. You were just given an option, you know what I mean? You were given your reasons why you're looking for something at the end of that equal sign, right? So therefore, to get what you want at the end of the equal sign, it would pretty much just be insert this plus this would give you that. So if not, you're not ready, it's not your choice, your choice not to, that's fine. It's just a suggestion. And then of course she took that, and then, no sooner or later, she's like texting on her way home. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So when I get with her tomorrow, hopefully she realizes she doesn't have to eat at 9 o'clock at night just because her husband's eating at 9 o'clock at night.
Well, it sounds like you are already doing an amazing job at the Ayurvedic health counselor piece, and you're not even having to go chase clients down. They're right in your face, and the universe is supporting this, and it's a natural flow, and you don't really need like a business plan or some sort of new marketing idea. It's all in front of you. So I don't think you have to worry unless you think suddenly you're not going to have clients and you might need some direction. But I don't think that's the case. I think you're just going to get busier.
I think it's just to integrate who I have in front of me already, and really start to shift them, from where they are and what they're used to, receiving, or, the ways and what they're coming in for. And I've been able to do that a little bit. I want to say I personally stepped up with it a little bit more, only maybe even like say the last 2 months. So as I've been doing that, it's just like layering and prepping them, to mean like, get ready, realizing like you're here with me for an hour. Guess what? Like 15 minutes of that hour is like, we're sitting in chairs and we're discussing and we're bringing stuff up. And that is part of the session. And then the last 45 minutes, am I, physically working on you and things like that. So that's been fantastic. And then, and to be able to start to guide the ship a little bit more, and where I want to take it, out beyond the studio. I love to teach, so I just want to be teaching everywhere and anywhere, because my home base is more when I just work on my clients one-on-one. You know, I've been in a private practice for 25 years. So I love to teach. So when I do get to go out and teach anywhere and everywhere, you know, that's really what I love to do. And then I'm grateful that I have my home base, you know, to just deal with the, you know, the one-on-ones with people, you know, to help them in that way. So that's what I really want to open up more and more and more to, is go back to the teaching.
So that's something that you could look at for marketing and a little business plan and a direction for you. Maybe you could think about what I did when I wanted to teach more was contacted all the local yoga studios and sent my resume and said that I could help with their YTT. I could teach the Ayurveda piece for the YTT.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even in one day. And I offered for free some of them. Like I went to the Boston what's it called, Back Bay Yoga, and taught over there. As soon as I did, I got exposure, and then a job came from that, and another job came, and another, then where I saw you, Chris Belanger, teaching
Exactly.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, so one thing leads to another. So just dropping yourself in to volunteer to teach to go right to the target audience. Get the yoga studios that are local. Go on Google or whatever and get their contact and introduce yourself that way. And then always do a follow-up call, because sometimes they don't, if they're like you and me, we're just so busy with email, we'll just delete it. But if you follow up with a phone call, or even drop in, even better, with a flyer of what you can offer with your little friendly face on it, you know, leave it there, slip it under their door, and see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's an idea.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm so proud of you already. Look at this. Woo! Okay, we're gonna move on now. Let me just see where I was. I was Abby. I'm going in order of my little thing here. Oh, it went out. I suddenly went out of order. Nikki. I'm gonna jump over Renee and ask Nikki if she feels like chatting. Do you feel like sharing?
All right. Where do I begin? So, all right, well, first I gotta say that I'm definitely feeling the effects of a big transition. You know, what am I interested in doing is, you know, integrating into my life right now, the counseling, and I'm really interested in doing the teacher training for the ABS program, because I feel like I'm gonna move into teaching at the massage school that's by the one that I attended, and you know, I'm interested in studying the Vedic astrology like for the rest of my life. So, you know, speaking about opportunities that come easily to you, you know, and just kind of going with the stream and not swimming upstream. I was approached the other day, I was sought out actually by this doctor of vibrational medicine, and looked at my website and she liked what she was seeing, so she made an appointment. And it turns out that she runs the blog for the big newspaper around here, the Times Union, and she wants me to start blogging with her.
Wow.
So I was totally surprised. That's never come up for me as an opportunity. And I think her and I just click really well. So I'm gonna start doing that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. You know, it came very easily and very naturally.
Well, that's a sign that you're on the right path. That feels right, and you kind of know that, don't? Because doesn't it all feel so right?
It does feel right.
Yeah, everywhere you're going with this, whatever it is, it feels like you're doing the right thing. Not that there's a wrong thing, but just what you wrote for. You know, we all wrote for certain things, and it's okay to change our mind halfway through, but just a little harder. So if you can stick with your original plan, then nature supports that. And it sounds like that's what's going on for you. So what's your big picture plan? Besides teaching at the school that locally you graduated from, you want to do the ABS program and you want to be this Ayurvedic health counselor. What's the big picture? Did you want to do a little bit of everything, or hang a shingle and offer the counseling and also offering ABS, doing the modalities because you're such a great healer with your hands? Or did you have a bigger thing like the way Abby had like 7 floors of each of the chakras? Or I don't know. Let's hear your big picture. Or if there may not be, it may be very, very practical.
My big picture is to be happy and relaxed, and I have no idea. Like, that's as much as I know. Oh, my cat is talking.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he's so funny. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I'm aimless. I feel extremely happy taking it very slowly.
Good.
And just continuously teaching the massage. And what I didn't say was that, I really wish to reach out to young people. I feel like it's really, really important to reach people that are in high school and in college. High school and college, and really teach them how important it is to really take care of yourself, really know your biology, really know who you are, what you're capable of. And like me, if you don't really know where you're going exactly, that you can make a big impact on the world by being yourself. I see that there's kind of a lack of that information for our young people right now.
Good point. So that would be wonderful to get into like community colleges or high schools, or what are you thinking of? Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
And how would you market yourself in there? For free, volunteer, or actually apply as a teacher?
Yeah, in a community college, I would go that route with, setting up a workshop, getting in as, a teacher job for maybe like a wellness course. I know that that's one thing that worked really well in my old massage school. We had, a whole course on wellness, like for the practitioner. For high school, that's pretty tough, because New York State curriculum. So I'm thinking that it would really have to be something that I do through a community center, like the library. But I don't know. I know the answer is there, but it's very unclear to me at this point how to approach that part.
Okay. Well,
and if it's the right thing to do.
It's what?
And if that's the right thing to do.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if this applies to you. It's worth talking about. So I have 2 interns right now working for me, and they're high school students, 15 years old. And they're from the Met School, MET. And it's a public school, believe it or not, but it's a unique public school. So they get to do, what do you call, like internship. They get to go out in the field and get it counted toward their hours. And I'm loving working with them at age. And in their own way, they get to learn a little bit about Ayurveda because I feed them. And they overhear my conversations with people. And like that, they are mentoring and shadowing. But, when I went to interview with them, there was a chance I could have offered to give a free lecture, or there was an opening there where I knew that would have been something that was receptive. They would have received that because they wanted to know more about what I was doing. Everybody's eyes were wide open, and the students wanted to come to my school to learn. So I think I could have said, well, I can bring something here, but I just didn't do that because I'm so overwhelmed I can't even think about it. But you could do something like that. Like maybe you go to a Met School type of place, tell them you're looking for an intern, start off with an intern, have that intern shadow under you doing whatever it is that there's always something that we have. At least when I was in the massage therapist and I wasn't even teaching, I still needed people to do stuff for me. We always want people to do stuff for us. We can think of a million things for people to do. At least I could. I'm just so busy. I'm a busy type of person, and I have to-do lists that are everywhere. And just the thought of just having an intern help me at any point in my life was just like, wow, okay. So one of them is at the school helping the director, and one comes here to Newport and helps me. But I think you could get somebody to help you and then segue right into the school system that way. That's one option, and get free help and make a difference in at least one student's life. And the other is, the ABS teacher training. That is a great segue for you to drop in at schools all around, not just locally. But I want to market that to a lot of different schools. There's one in Needham right now that wants the ABS program to be offered there, and I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to send there because it can't be me. So Andy, there's just so many new people. I don't feel like they're ready to go. So if I can get you in there in just a year under my belt with that, then I can help you get out there. You may not even need my help. You may already have a list of people that will want you as an ABS teacher. So that's great too. And then the Jyotish piece, I can see you as a Jyotish.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you would be great at it.
Wow.
Yes, it takes a lot of time to study, but I don't let that daunt me or stop me, because if you're passionate and you love it, then it's more like play. For me, it's like play.
Yeah. It's like I kind of take that stuff in a little bit at a time, like everything in Ayurveda that I've been learning, and just keep integrating it as I go. And I can't even stop myself from investigating these things more. I have this thirst that I can't even quench. I just give me more.
That's great. I love that. Well, I could tell you to go to the ashram in Pennsylvania. Where are you? You're in New York?
Yep, near Albany.
Is that close to, well, Google this. I'm going to write it in here. Anybody else might want to look at it too. Arsha Vidya Ashram in Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania. It's a Vedanta ashram, but they offer Jyotish, and one of the teachers that is there is really amazing, Penny Farrow. And I'll write her name, Penny. She's one of my teachers. Penny Farrow was a student of Hart Defoe, who's just a legend. And if you get to ever study or have a reading with Hart, you consider yourself lucky. But Penny is one of his best teachers, and only teachers, because he doesn't give permission to teach his stuff, because he's like that, and very selective. And she's just really good at what she does, and that's how I started. Well, I started actually back in the day when Mary Lahane wrote me that $3,000 check to a man named Gandharva Sauls. I learned the ancient Ayurveda, which was the ancient Ayurveda. It's the name of a book by Edward Terabilda, and I'll write it down. Is it the ancient Ayurveda? Oh no, it's called Ayurveda Revolutionized. Ayurveda Revolutionized. Revolution by Ed Terabilda. There we go. And that book was my first introduction to planetary astrology, Jyotish. He didn't like to call it Jyotish because he did it on the Western Ayanamsa instead of the sidereal Vedic Ayanamsa. He just shifted the Ayanamsa, so it wasn't aligned with Jyotish, so he didn't want to call it Jyotish, but he still was doing Jyotish on Western Ayanamsa. Anyways, I studied that, not knowing that I was going to go onward to study more about the planets, and I learned about the doshas and the planets right through Ed's book, and I think it's a great book for anyone studying Ayurveda. who loves the planets as well. That book is really, really good. You might really like that book. From there, I think I was 35 when I studied with Gandharva, and that was my first. And then I've been studying Jyotish ever since, just in Fairfield, and then in Iowa, and then with Penny at the Arsha Vidya ashram. So I would go away for the weekend and stay in the ashram. It was only $50 a night, includes food, and her tuition was so affordable, maybe $100 a day to take her class. And it's a beautiful location in the not the Adirondacks, but it was
In the Catskills?
I think it was, I don't remember what mountain range it was. I can't believe I just had a blank on it, but it's around mountains, beautiful mountains, and the scenery, and I used to go for walks, and it would be like an escape for me. It was the best for me, better than a vacation, because I got to sit and learn from Penny, who is a scholar, speaks 7 languages. She's a Vedic scholar, Sanskrit scholar, and she just could, recite the Veda. She was very familiar with Fairfield, Iowa, and she knew the astrology I had studied, called the Systems Approach with David Hawthorne. It's a whole different way of doing Jyotish, and I just felt like I fit in. So you might feel like you fit in there. The food was good, and I met nice people, kindred spirits, still have friends, and used to go and hang out with friends. Simon goes there all the time. Remember Simon? So Simon go hang out there, bring his guitar, we'd all hang out, play his guitar. Another guy had his guitar, we'd all be singing. And then during the day, we studied the Veda and studied Jyotish and recite all the prayers. And that's just my cup of tea for a vacation, better than going to like Vegas or some loud, flashy place. That was my escape. So it sounds like you're as passionate as I am. You might enjoy an escape like that. That's very affordable.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like stuff that I seek out, on the normal basis.
That could be something. And they have puja every morning at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So, it's a yoga studio there that I used to go hang out in and just do my own yoga after class. Or you could have a class, take a class. I like doing my own yoga. But to me, going to that ashram is just a great escape and a great way to learn Jyotish. And if you wanted to enroll in the Vedanta program, you could learn Vedanta. It was just another form of philosophy on the Vedic tradition. So just like another extended leg or limb of Ayurveda. Mm. Yeah, so it sounds like you're already focused, well-directed, and nature supporting you.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I'm focused, but I feel good.
You feel good, but you just need all the things we're going to do. You wanted to do the ABS, Jyotish, keep up the massage, and teach massage. Did I miss anything? And work with children. Those are very focused things. If you keep focused on those things, how can you go wrong?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, good.
Thank you.
Move on. Oh, you are welcome. Karima, or it's Indu. Indu, would you like to speak?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, and let me remind you, all of you, that I will be I'm going to be launching an introductory Jyotish 1-year program very soon. I need to sell the school first. So I have a lot of people that want to sign up for that.
What is Jyotish? I'm sorry, excuse my ignorance.
Oh, that's okay. It's the science of light. It's a vidya where you merge magic and science.
I've joined Simon's class.
Yeah, Simon's classes, Ayurveda, Jyotish, all of that.
Dharma.
Yeah.
So online, I've not been too good at attending it because I've been studying this, and then I went through that medication and I did my cleansing and all that. So as soon as I finish with these classes, I'll get into seriously. And I've been paying my fees to him every month so that I can catch up, and I'm paid up by the time I start. So
I'm so glad you're working with Simon.
And I bought the books and I've been reading them.
Good
And
for
that's
you.
very fascinating.
Good. I love it. That's great.
Yes.
He's a fantastic teacher.
I know. But I only watch his videos and listen to that because I haven't caught up. I'm way behind. But then I started with Gauriji, and that took a little bit, and then I was adjusting my life, and then with work and with at all. It's just been, I didn't have time. So now I finished with this, I will get back to that.
You will. When the right time comes, you will.
What is ABS? You're talking about the training of people. I'm wondering, what is ABS?
I should have said something. I'm sorry. I assumed everybody
That's
knew.
okay. I don't know what is ABS.
It's the Ayurvedic Bodywork Specialist Program. So it's about 140 hours of learning the modalities that accompany Panchakarma. So like oil massage, Ayurveda does Abhyanga, or friction massage calls it Garshana. Putting the oil in the nose for,
Yes.
neurological disorders. We do Nasya, Karnapurna. We do Katibasti for sciatica. We're working with chakras. We do Pindasvedana.
I can't do too much of massaging, so
No, it's probably not up your alley.
that's not my cup of tea.
No. I think Simon and Jyotish and the Ayurveda is perfect for you.
Yes.
So you're going to take this into the nursing field, is that right?
That's what I want to do, because I have worked so long with oncology patients and renal patients who've been on dialysis. And they are people who've suffered with a lot of pain and do suffer with a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, and they're dejected in life. And then, they need that, and they need that. So that's where I want to go, but I don't know how to do it.
Well, there's many hospitals right now, like the Brigham and Women's Hospital, or the, all these Boston hospitals.
Yes.
I can't remember all of them. They're just not ringing a bell, but there's so many of them. I can't believe that I've lost the memory of that, but I know they're there, and they have alternative programs. They do reflexology, acupuncture. They have room for Ayurveda in those hospital programs. So you could look into that.
I will look into that, because my neighbor, a lady, Nikki knows this lady, she lives 2 doors from me. Her name is Krista, and she has a house in which she runs holistic programs, and she rents her rooms out for people if they want to teach yoga there, and some people do massages. I go there for my massage. The lady who does it for me does a dry massage, and then she's rented her room out of the back, which people do some sort of a Swiss massage. I'm not sure what that is.
Swiss? Or you mean Swedish?
Swedish massage.
I like Swiss. That sounds good.
And then another lady comes and teaches yoga and does massage there. So there's a lot of activity in that house. And Krista is a good friend of mine, and I was telling her about it. So she said, when you finish all this, then to come to her, and maybe she could help me, people who come to her, she could tell them if they wanted any counseling or they needed anything, then she put me on to them. But I still don't know how to. Maybe when we do our 25 patients, I know all about nursing, but I want to learn how to approach a patient, how to approach a client. I see patients, I'm so used to saying patients.
Yeah.
But, they're not patients, they're clients.
Well, if you're a nurse, it could be a patient, but many hospitals, if you're not in their specific alternative department, make you follow their rules. And I get a lot of nurses that want to come to my massage school. They're truly healers. They want to be of service, but they're in this toxic hospital environment, and these doctors and all the protocols and regulations are forcing them to give all this toxic, poisonous medicine and do these things and feed them horrible food, and they don't want to be part of it anymore. And some of these hospitals don't have alternative care.
Yes, I do keep getting, I've not followed up that email because the oncology, they want me to go and study for about 2 weeks how, because I have my master's in nursing.
Good.
So, they want me to join a program where I could be with the patients and teach them. But I don't want to get involved in that because I want to concentrate on Ayurveda. And if I do want to teach, I want to teach them from Ayurveda what I've learned here.
Can't you do both? Can't you integrate a little bit of both?
I suppose if I get into it and look into it, but I've been concentrating so much on this that I haven't done that. But when I finish with Yoga, then I'll expand mine.
Okay, maybe it's not time right now to think about that because you sound overwhelmed with your studies. And you think maybe after you finish your studies, I think it will be very obvious where you need to go. And for me, it just seems like a shoo-in. You're going to go do that nursing thing. And you can integrate, if they're allowing you, because you have your master's, you can have that special treatment where maybe you can do what they say, but integrate.
Yes,
that.
They do want me to do that.
Well,
there are a couple of doctors. I do volunteer every Wednesday at Albany Medical Center where I worked. I retired from there after 23 years. And that's where I volunteer. And the doctors whom I meet, some of them are waiting for me to finish this course.
Oh, wow. Well, then it's a shoo-in that this is a natural overflow. It's almost like divine guidance for you.
So I've not decided because I don't know how to start a business. I've never done a business and I don't know how to charge or what to do.
You don't need to. It's okay.
I just don't know anything how to do it. And then my daughter-in-law tells me, don't you go into business, you just go and work for someone. But I have to find someone who will employ me.
But no, I don't think you have to worry. My gut feeling for you is that the nursing thing that you've already established 23 years at, your reputation is fantastic. You know what you're doing. Here's your comfort zone. Go right back in there with your master's degree and you tell them how you're going to treat the patients. They're waiting for you.
I do talk to the patient. A lot of nurses come, patients come. I'm in the thrift shop. And all sorts of people come in there and we chat. And they know that I'm doing so they're waiting for me when I have to get the 25 clients. All the people I work with at Albany Med where I volunteer, they all want to be my client so that I can do that. And Krista has about 10 people in her outfit where they said they'll be my clients. And then, of course, Nikki is there. I only hope I will go to her when I am lost and ask her for help.
Good. Well, this is exciting. I'm so inspired. We want to know. I want to catch up with everybody and see what's going to happen after you graduate. I'd like to know how you're doing.
I think I'm sort of blending. I seem to understand a lot what Gauriji tells me. And now that we are coming there, so she's coming, I'm reaching there on the 29th, and she's flying also to Charlottesville on the 29th, and I'm going to wait at the airport with her.
Good.
And then maybe we'll eat some lunch and take the Uber to Yogaville.
Good.
Yeah.
It's only a 30 minutes.
I wanted to ask you, how do I pay for my room there? I have not paid that bill because I can go to PayPal and pay through there. If you tell me
I don't know. Renee is doing all of that. I don't know who owes what for what. So if you haven't paid for your room, you should pay for it to reserve it.
That I don't know. I keep asking her, and she told me the amount, but she hasn't told me how to pay it.
Okay, then there's a link on the website. It's a button that says pay now or buy now. Can you push that button?
I don't know which button we are talking about.
It's on the website. If you go to the Yogaville retreat page,
yes,
there's a place on that page that you can pay your tuition as well as your room.
Well, I paid the tuition, but I've not paid the room.
There's a place for you to pay the room right there on that page. I'm going to open it up right now, just so that I don't think I'm crazy. Hold on.
But if I could just get that link, I have to look for that paper, that link. I don't know if I have it saved or
Well,
what.
just go to the Newport Massage School, or the other one is Sacred Stone Healing.
Yes.
Yeah, Sacred Stone Healing, and just go to retreats, and it says accommodations of 4 days. Let's see, accommodation.
Indu, I emailed that link to you.
I know you did, but the thing you didn't say when to pay and how to pay. That's what I want to do it.
Okay, well, I can stop into your study group on Monday and help you with that.
Okay, thank you. That'll be a great thing.
No
because
problem.
I got that bill paid up.
Okay.
And that's the
All
only
right.
bill I have left to pay.
All right, I'm sending the link. I'm sending the link to everybody, so nobody has a question about the accommodations. Right there is where you can pay.
Okay, it is. Well, she's meeting us on Monday morning. We are having a study group.
Oh, good.
Nikki, myself, and Karima. We are meeting from 9 to 12, and we are going to study. And then Renee said she'll meet us then, and I'll just transfer the money then and there.
Okay,
Can I,
you can do that.
can I pay through eBay, or do I have to pay through a check?
That link will take you to a shopping cart where you can enter your credit card. See that link in the chat?
See that credit card, with all of us losing money now and losing all our identity theft, I don't like to put my credit card. I can pay through PayPal because you have a place in PayPal.
We'll send it to Karyn at sacredstonehealing.com through PayPal. You could do that if you wanted.
Yeah, if I would like to pay through PayPal.
Okay, then my PayPal is this.
They have your account. If I say go to Sacred Stone, they'll put it through there because I've been paying all my tuition fees through PayPal.
Okay, I don't remember, but that's my
Yes.
PayPal.
I
account.
will,
So you
Karen,
can finish chatting with Renee about all the tuition stuff, but let's get more focused on the business piece. It sounds like we really don't even need to, because you are all set. They're actually waiting for you at the hospital for you to finish
well, I
the
don't know.
program.
But I wanted to learn how to make a brochure. You said earlier you said we could make a brochure to introduce ourselves. Something like that.
You could do that on Vistaprint. Let me write this down.
Can I also share something?
Yes, Karima.
There's a really wonderful site called Canva.
How do you spell it?
Canva. I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
That's for me, Canva has been just remarkable. You can create anything you want.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yes, and it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I like doing that. Isn't it fun to create?
It's a lot of fun.
CANTA. Okay.
I'm gonna put it in the chat now.
Okay.
Okay, Canta, C-A-N-T-A is wonderful.
Canva.
Oh,
Right there.
oh,
Canva.
well, send it again spelled right. I think it's spelled wrong.
That's
Oh,
it.
there it is. C-A-N-V as in Victor A. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that. You know, even if you don't use your brochure, there's something very auspicious about creating one. It's sending a signal, a message to the universe that you are ready to be of service. And whether
Yes, and that's what I want to do. I want to know how to do it.
well, this will take you through it. The prompts will, it's like intuitive. So you don't need to take a class to learn how to do it. You just naturally follow the prompts on these type of sites, and they lead you through it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, my friend, let's move on. Heidi. Heidi, would you like to share where you're going?
Hi. Okay,
Hi.
where am I going?
Where are you?
I'm here. Here I am. I know it's a little dark. It's a little dark there. That's okay. Hi, everybody. So, truthfully, over probably like the past 6 months, I've been a little overwhelmed and trying to figure out my path for Ayurveda. But actually just recently, well, after Irma and the storm, everything's been settling down, and I've really have become more and more clear as to how I want to market after finishing my counselor certification with you. And so here is basically what I'm doing. And I am very Vata deranged this evening, so bear with me. So first of all, I'm very, very, very interested in continuing on Enjoytish. So that came to me actually just last week, clearly, that I wanted to pursue that path. So there is that.
That's exciting.
Super excited about that. And I was going through a time where I thought I was going to relocate. Am I going to stay where I live? Am I going to relocate? Because that calls for a lot of time, energy, marketing, money to really set up a brick and mortar, a studio front. So again, clear, I'm staying in Sarasota, and I'm currently looking for some commercial space, small studio, to put my shingle out. So there's that.
Good.
And I have a guest cottage, as you know, so I will be Airbnb-ing that. And this is why I'm also very, very interested in also picking up my ABS training, because I would like to be able to offer the Panchakarma in a very stylized one-on-one, maybe two down the road. So there's that.
Oh, good idea. I love that. With
Yes.
your cottage in the back, you could make that so very personalized and special. Yeah.
That's what I want to do, and that is going to really fall in accordance to my goal, my 2-year plan in hosting and hostessing retreats, which is my love for travel, feeding the wanderlust, bringing the teachings wherever, offering the transformation aspect of it in that special place. That's where it happened for me and continues. So I want to be able to offer that and to share that aspect. So check that. So this is okay. I'm building up. So my background is marketing and in another life, and I get so excited about this aspect. And again, I've been feeling a little dormant, undecided, but now, yes, I'm here, I'm back. So I am going to be putting together a marketing package as soon as everything is squared away, and Ayurveda health counselor is completely complete, so I can have everything correctly on my marketing material. So I will be pursuing the high-end hotels here where I live in Sarasota. It's a huge destination place.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who come here are in my perfect demographic. So what I would like to do is to market to the hotel manager, the spa director, of course, and the concierge to offer private one-on-one, very special teachings, very small groups for meditation instruction, which I do to introduce the ancient wisdom of beautiful Ayurveda that I'm so in love with, and just I'm so excited to bring the teachings out to the world intelligently and for people to be able to use practically in their lives, adding in. So I am so excited about this. And then also these people who are coming to Sarasota, this gem, they're going back home to wherever that is, and they will be perhaps calling upon Heidi. Hello, can you come to XYZ place, da 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 da. And of course, the dawn of the technological age, which I am embracing. I am embracing it, and I'm going to use it to my advantage. So there is that. And then finally, in the way of presenting and bringing the teachings out, I actually, this coming up weekend, I will be going into New York to be working with a speech professional to polish off, to dust off and to polish my presence, stage presence up. So I can get out there in person and, again, feeding into my love and passion of writing and talking. And guys, okay, I can tell this to you guys, because you'll get it. Okay, so you know when people say in a snarky way, oh, you know, they really love to hear the sound of their own voice. Well, guess what? I kind of do. I do. It's one of my tools, and I hold that close to my heart. It's a sacred tool. So I want to be able to use it and create delicious podcasts as well, and begin blogging. So
it's exciting.
That's what I'm doing.
I am holding this vision with you. I can see this unfolding for you. Totally. Yeah, the passion is just lighting you up. And I know it's going to take you there. That fire is going to take you to manifest your dreams. You have what it takes, girl.
Honey, well, I've been taught by the best. I am surrounded by such, I don't even have a word, the love and the support and the sisterhood. And it's just, it's so powerful. And I've been without it for decades. You know, something happened in the 90s and the beginning of, you know, the millennium for me in finding that connection and learning and supporting and loving, you know, the female, you know, sacredness, you know, building us up and supporting and keeping us healthy and I just honor that and want that and want to get it out there. So.
And you will, and you are. What are you doing in New York?
So I'm going to be in New York. Okay, so hold on. I'm over there. My dog was eating my notes, my last notes. Okay, bad dog. No. Sorry about that. So I'm going to New York. I started to write again, and I took a writing course maybe a couple of months ago, and it really ignited that passion in me again. And with that, and learning more and more my path with Ayurveda, I just can't stop. I just cannot stop writing. So anyway, this workshop came up about you know, just presenting oneself to the public for TED Talks, podcasts, you know, just really getting it down. And I just jumped on it because I thought, you know what, I could definitely use that. I have a theater acting background once upon a time, and if I'm on stage and I have to quote unquote perform, deliver, I have those tools. I can do that. If I lose my way, I can bring myself back like that. If it's someone else's script or if I'm being directed, there's the difference. Now, on this path, bringing in my the depths of me in a controlled, sharing, not I'm the victim, boo-hoo-hoo, but I am a wounded healer, and I'm proud of that. And I just want to be able to to control that my heart chakra and my Manipura, because they can, because of the passion that I have. And I just want to be able to have those tools when delivering a part of myself authentically, that I'm able to come back eloquently and with grace and with a fierceness. So they'll want to go to my website, which is being redone. I'm being rebranded. So I will be soon launching HeidiWeber.com.
Awesome.
Oh,
Good for you. Well, let me get back to that New York question.
Yes.
When are you going?
I will be in New York. Ooh. I'm going to be in New York Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, a week from Friday. I'm just opening up my agenda. I'm old-fashioned. I write in calendar. I will be there at the 6th.
The 6th of October. For that weekend.
And on Saturday, I have my meeting all day. And then I leave like in the late afternoon on the 8th. And I'm there all day Saturday. I get there like 8 a.m. Friday morning.
And you're learning how to present?
I'm exactly to present in public live.
I think we all need this course.
Well, I will bring everything back, and I will share with.
Will you share with us?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
God, maybe I could even do it. I don't know if I could do the course, but maybe it's a great excuse to go visit my dad in New York and see you too.
Oh.
I need to polish up on my skills. So, hey, maybe we should all of us plan a trip. I don't know.
Get on the train.
It was the long Columbus Day weekend. I might jet out. It's the long Columbus Day weekend, right?
You do it, Karen?
I might. I totally think I have that whole weekend like off because it's Columbus Day. Like
that's nothing, maybe we all three, I don't know, Nikki, anybody else want to go?
Yes.
How much does this cost?
Think about it. Oh yeah. It cost. Actually, it wasn't that expensive for what I thought. And total. I want to say it was like 400 for everything that was involved.
Not the food in the room, just the tuition, right?
Just the tuition for this. But I'm with this. I don't even know who she is because I don't follow opera, but she's an opera singer.
Well, you get us all the information and tell us where to go.
Yes, would you type it in the chat room? Will you type the name of the place, and maybe we can all go have a New York hit and see you.
Let's do it. I'm pushing for that.
That would be so much fun. I would take the train up with you, Karyn Doll.
I know. We definitely put the info in.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
It's a full day Friday and a full day Saturday?
It's the workshop is full day Saturday.
Okay, it's not even a Friday. It's just one full day.
It's one Saturday.
That would be doable. I mean,
Saturday.
Yeah, put that in the chat because I would like to do that. Yeah. My dad is very lonely. He'd love a visit, and it would be a great excuse to see you and Karyn Doll, anybody else that wants to come.
Hold on, I'm just going into my email to get all the information. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
You can.
Okay, so I'm just going. So you might.
Take your time. No rush.
Oh, can you still see me?
Yep.
Ooh, technology.
Oh.
Okay, so that is my plan, and as as it unfolds, I will be sharing and asking for critiques and thoughts, and it's just such an exciting time. Such an exciting time.
It is. It is. Sounds like you have a great focus and a great direction, and you don't need any. It's almost like you have so much fire and passion that you don't need one more spark because you're gonna blow up.
Well, I just might blow up. I'm like one of those, the fireworks. It's one bullet bomb that gets shot up, and then it's bang, bang, bang.
That's you. Yes, I love it. You inspired me. Yay! Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm just looking up this thing, and then I'm going to put it in. So
okay, no rush. I want to ask Renee. I don't know if you feel like sharing, and I know you're the class liaison, so maybe you didn't expect, but I can't help it. Ask Renee, where are you now? I know you're doing beauty and you're at a spa. Do you have any plans to do anything more with Ayurveda?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just turn the air off because it's really loud in here. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm also studying with Simon.
Oh, good, the Dharma types. Yes.
And I'm launching, if anybody's...
Move your screen down a little. We can just see your eyes. There you go.
Sorry. I'm also launching, if anybody's followed me on social media, I'm working towards launching a mala business, a gemstone mala business, and learning how to sell on Instagram. So, yeah.
Did you make the malas you're wearing now?
I did, and I have a lot that I've been sharing on Instagram, and I'm just sort of halfway through with Simon, so I would obviously like to learn more about the Jyotish.
Right. Isn't his course on Jyotish though?
It is, and he has a lot of things, and he explains how to find, he explains what the proformer is, but there's so much, I just think it takes forever to figure it out.
You could probably just teach only certain things because it's based on his book, The Dharma Types, that you're learning about how many points you had in Dharma and how many you have in Moksha. Did he teach about those things?
Yes.
Yeah, and how to recognize the castes, like are you a merchant, are you a warrior?
Exactly. I'm a laborer.
You're a laborer?
Go figure.
Go figure. Well, now you can determine other people. You can look at their charts and figure out. Okay. See, that's
I'm pulling in my love and my, I don't want to say training, but my self-study of making jewelry. So.
That's a beautiful thing. The making of the jewelry is your art.
So, there we go. Perfect.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm working with somebody now who took Simon's class, Claudia, and she also is doing mantra. She's making malas, and the two of you, I don't know, it would be nice to find someone else doing the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah? Do you want me to introduce you both?
Sure, you can. And then I forgot to say that I work at a wellness institute doing massage and facials.
I didn't know you did massage too.
Yeah, I'm dual licensed.
That's awesome. I never knew. How cool is that? I just thought you were an esthetician.
No, I do it all. I'm trying to get away from massage though.
Because it's too hard on your body.
I've been doing it for 20 years. It's really hard physically, as I think I see Karyn Dial going like this. Yeah. So.
And Nikki too, you could probably attest to that. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's nice to have a little option to do facial. make malas and do these Dharma type charts.
And I know of a skincare line that has semi-precious stones in it. And so I'd like to do gemstone facials as well.
Oh, what a great idea. Did you ever
So-
take my course? I did teach about that in one of my videos.
Yes, actually, I think I won it.
Oh, cool.
I think I shared something, or no, wait, it was before Facebook, and I put you on my resources page, and I won something from you.
Oh my God, that's so funny. And I sent you a video?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That was awesome. I was so excited. Yes, and now years later, here we are.
Here we are. Who would have thunk?
I was mountain massage. I don't know if you remember. Maybe it'll come to you.
No.
Yeah, now I'm in Florida, so there's no mountains, so I'm no longer mountain massage.
No, I don't know. I just can't remember, but I'm so
That's
happy
okay.
you're the one that won. Woohoo! You never know who's going to win. I just send out stuff. If somebody wins, I don't know. And who knows if I ever see them again. But
I don't normally win things, so it was amazing, and thank you, and now I'm here today.
That is just the coolest story.
Yeah.
I never thought to ask you how we first met. That was it. You won something.
Yeah, it was like a social media, pre-social media thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
long time ago. We won't discuss how long ago.
I know. It goes quickly. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know you
No
did
problem.
malas, so now I can refer people to you. And Claudia, I'm going to connect you with her. Okay. I wonder how she's doing. She's more in the fitness. She's doing fitness mala and dharma types. She's working it all out. So she's in Canada. Very cool lady. You'd like her. So I'll see if remind me if I forget to connect you.
Right. I do also want to say one thing. I want to reiterate one thing that Indu said. Simon's class is great, and we all love Simon. But the class that we're taking is pre-recorded.
Oh, it's not live?
It's not live, no.
Oh, so you buy the recorded version and then you
Correct.
listen at your own leisure.
Right.
Oh, that's kind of cool too. How does that work?
Kind of, but it's like Simon once removed.
So you kind of lose that personal feeling.
Exactly. Exactly.
This payment plan is also very easy because I pay him $100. I think I paid, it's $1,400. I think I paid him $1,000 after another $400. So I've been giving him $100, $200 a month, and I'll get it over with. It's an easy way of paying him also.
It is.
Do you find the time to watch the videos? Does he make you like do it at a certain time and take
No, it's
time and do it.
It's all self-paced, which for me is problematic.
Yeah, because then you're kind of slacking off a little. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I've done. I've slacked off a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I'm so glad that Simon has made such an impact on everybody. He really is so gifted. He's
tremendously gifted, and actually out of all of the teachers that I've personally been introduced to, I never imagined that I would be learning from Simon of all people.
Who would have thunk?
Not me.
I know. So that's pretty cool though. I don't really know what I took some snippets of his course and I talked to him about his course, and so I don't know. And I know how to find the Dharma planets, and I know about the caste system, but I wonder what else he might be teaching in that. And I'm in the middle of making in my own head, nothing's gone on paper yet, but percolating how I'm going to offer introduction to Jyotish, what I'm going to focus on. It won't be, the Dharma and the Moksha houses. I will teach that though, but I'm gearing it more toward medical so that it align with,
Gauriji has just finished her exam and Jyotish.
I know. She studied with an amazing teacher that I'm thinking of studying with, but I can't do it until I sell my school.
She managed to find out a little about mine because I don't know what time I was born, but she looked at certain things and she worked and she told me some certain things.
No, you can still do it without, she doesn't know what time she was born either. She was adopted. So, you know, just, you can still study Jyotish and she'll tell you that.
Yeah,
And
she helped me a lot.
yeah, she's quite smart. She's
She's
brilliant.
great. I just love her.
Yeah, she's helpful too. And she studied with Joni Patry, who goes to the Arshavidya ashram. I met Joni there actually at the Arshavidya. And it's a 1-year program that I would love to take. I know it'd be a lot of repeat for me because I've already taken so much astrology, but I really find I learn so much when I see a different perspective, just a different teacher. Everybody has so much to offer, and there's such a vast world in Jyotish. There's so many different perspectives and approaches and methodologies that I could never say I'm a master at it, and I think I'll be a student the rest of my life. But I really actually resonated with Joni. So I liked her. If you ever want to look her up. Joni, when I spoke with her, she gave me her birthday, so she's a queen of clubs, I know that. And I think she's extremely gifted in oracles, teaching oracles. And I like her way. I like how she thinks. You know, when she gives like gemstone advice or therapy, gemstone therapy, she thinks in terms of more the laws of the universe. For example, you know, why would you want that? So in other words, this is a tangent, but it's a universal principle that says what you put your attention on gets bigger, right? So if you want something to get bigger, think about it more. So the way Joni gives gemstone therapies is not to take your worst planet, like some of these Jyotishis from India do. They take your worst planet, or, you know, the tire on your bus of life that's the weakest, and gives you a gemstone for it. But I don't like that mentality, and neither does Joni, because why put your attention on your weakest planet? Why not take the gifted planet in your chart and put attention on that? You know, so make your chart even more powerful, ignite it with the planet that's your yogi planet, your best friend planet. So then when she said that to me, because after I've had a million different readings from all these Indian astrologers, and they're old-fashioned, and, you know, they might have studied their whole life, and they may have been handed this knowledge from their grandfather, and I value that, but their mentality, the way they do it, everything is in the way, isn't it? So it's just Joni has a nice way that resonated with me. It was aligned with my belief system. So if anyone wants a good reading, Joni, or if you wanted to join her school for a year, I can't do it, at least for another 2 years, because I expect that once I sell my school, I'm probably going to be beholden to the new owner for at least a year to consult with that person. So I won't be totally free until about 2 years, and then I could probably jump into Joni's course, but maybe I won't want to do that by then. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but it's nice to know that Simon and Joni are people I recommend if you want to continue your studies. And
I love Simon's class.
Yeah, they're good Jyotishis that you would want to study with. So now we have just a little bit of time left over. It's 8:30. We have half an hour. And now we can talk about your questions for the supervised, or unsupervised, I should say, 25 visits. Does anyone want to start with a question?
What is an unsupervised visit? I just want to know when you say unsupervised and supervised, so there's a difference between the two.
Well, one is with mentors and masters and Ayurvedic doctors, and that's happening in Yogaville. So we have some amazing masters coming down, including Gauriji, who you love and I love. She will be there. We're all going to be doing a little Jyotish astrology.
She's going to do mine also.
Yeah, we're going to do everybody. The last time we were together, she and I can't help it. We geek out on the medical Jyotish. So while these masters are reading the pulse, the tongue, and all the other diagnoses, Gauri and I are in the corner pulling everybody's charts. And we can kind of see what's really going on medically. and then we might share at the end. But she and I we can't help it. We just geek out and just look at each other, and we just like, ready, go, pull up the chart. So she'll be doing that, and that's not our main focus, but that is going to be some element we'll share. And the masters there are going to be actually doing your intake forms in front of you all and including you in it, so that each of you will get to have an opportunity to have a consultation with a master or a doctor. Dr. Munira is coming. She's an amazing doctor from New York and sweet as pie. And another one is a medical doctor, Sham Ram. He's an interesting man, where he's going to be teaching sort of homeopathic version, not the little tablets that Gowrie teaches about, but homeopathic in terms of the concept, where he says it's a little opposite, where it's the law of opposites with Ayurveda. So too much pitta, do more kapha, right? He doesn't do that. He says if it's too much pitta, add just a little bit more pitta, so the body gets used to it. So the same way that homeopathy will give you a little strain of whatever it is that say if you have diarrhea, it will irritate the diarrhea molecule by giving you a little bit more of it, so that your immune system can build up to create its own little phagocytes and white blood cells and lymphocytes, and the good guys, the good soldiers, can go and fight the war for you instead of a pill. But the pill actually creates a space and tells the soldiers where to go. So it's based on using the body, letting the body heal itself, not with the law of opposites, but using sort of like dissolves like, which is very homeopathic. So he's going to open our eyes to a different way of learning Ayurveda, which I'm really excited about, because I'm a little sick of the regular Ayurveda, I'll be honest. This is why I was so excited about Jyotish, because it was a new way to do Ayurveda. So this is another.
They will teach us a better way of eating, because that old-fashioned way of eating is terrible.
Well, that's true as well. Ayurveda, it is old-fashioned because it's 5,000 years old, but it's not, the 4 food groups. No, it's a little more evolved than that. But I don't know that he's going to be going into all that specifically more. He's very much into meditation and the subtle healing modalities like right thinking, mantra. He's an interesting man, and we get him for a day. We get Dr. Munira for a day, Gowrie Ji and Molly Ji. I'll be there. There's a guy named Michael that lives there. He's a chiropractor, and he also has Panchakarma in his house where he offers his chiropractic treatments. So I thought you could all visit on a Friday night or whatever it was, the last night, where we go to this guy's house. I went there with Molly G, and we met his wife, and they showed us their Panchakarma facilities in their home that they created, like the first floor of a Panchakarma retreat, where he offers his chiropractic, and then they live upstairs, and it feels like you're pulling into a nice, sweet little home and little river in the background, and it's 1 minute away from Yogaville, so I thought we would take a trip out there. So that's what Yogaville is going to be, and that is supervised because we have masters that are guiding and leading the questioning, and you're involved, watching, witnessing, and participating. You might add your 2 cents at the end of a few of them, as well as you might be the one being questioned if you want to, in front of everybody, learn a little bit more about your own health. They can, do an Ayurveda consultation for you. So that's that. And then the unsupervised visits are you on your own without a master, unsupervised, sort of just at the bus stop, for example, and you find somebody who's open to an Ayurvedic consultation, whip out your form and start gently interrogating them, asking them, whatever it is that you ask them to give, so you could get information about what dosha might be out of balance. So there's a whole line of questioning, and you can just read it from your sheet if you don't know what to begin with. You can just take your client profile. I have so many client profiles, by the way, over the years, 20 years of revising and finding a better one and a better one, and then merging mine. And I can send you a bunch of them and see which one resonates with you. I'm always finding new ones. I can send you Dr. Ladd's. Dr. Ladd is a great one. And another guy from Europe I just found has an incredible questionnaire. So I'll send them. If you can just send me an email, remind me, I'll send them out. But you can take those and start just reading instead of being intuitive. You can just go logically in order and do your supervised, unsupervised visits that way. Or you can just be really logical and just read from the sheet, fill in the blanks, and find out Vikruti and Prakruti, and give them a little chikitsa, which is, the client management. Maybe you recommend they take Triphala, do a certain yoga or a certain mantra, or wear a certain color, go to bed at a certain time, lifestyle changes. I don't need to see all of that. If you want to include it in one page, I had one student send me like 20 pages for one consultation. If I had to read 20 pages for every I would never sleep. So I asked for just Vikruti, Prakruti, their name, and a testimony from that person, as well as if you want to write a sentence of my experience on this during this hour was this. I found this person not to be receptive. Maybe this person was shut down. Or, you could make a note. And if you wanted to elaborate, make it just a page of very concise information for me, so I don't have to read thousands of pages, because I have how many of you, and 25 times how many of you is a lot to read. So that's that for the unsupervised visits. Any questions about that?
Mary gave us a very nice form of about 2 or 3 pages.
Oh, good. Yeah, I have a lot of forms too, 2 or 3 pages long.
And that was really very nice. When she gave us a class, she gave us that form.
Good, good. Mary's such a gift.
Yeah.
Isn't she amazing?
She's amazing. I was so sorry I couldn't attend her class.
Oh, well, you got to see the recording.
Yes.
So I think she shared her profile with me too. I forget what it was. Whatever she sends me, I'm always impressed with. Anyway, she's quite an amazing soul. Lives right around the corner from me, so that's nice.
Hey,
and
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Sorry, finish what you were saying. I just had a question about the unsupervised hours, but I didn't.
No, I was just going to say she was a client before she went. I've known her for years. Anyway, she's just a gem here, really local, which I love that she's so local. So go ahead, ask your question.
Oh, sure. So are those due in a certain time, or does it kind of depend on, when we can find these people that we end up?
Oh, that's a good
with?
question. Yeah, I didn't give you the answer to that. Then that's why I give 3 months. It's really like an 8 to 9 month program. We have online Thursday nights for 8 or 9 months in there somewhere. And then we have, I say it's a year program on the website because it might take you 3 months to collect, 25 people. Now, it will be nothing for Karyn Dial because she's got this pool right in front of her. All of her students, they're all dying to get a consultation. But there are people who don't have that pool of people waiting. So they have to go and beg and make these appointments with family and neighbors and then they are a little shy, and so they have to build their confidence. And so I take that all into consideration, and I just say, you know what, people like Karyn Dial can do it in 1 month, but somebody who doesn't have a pool of people or the confidence of doing a one-on-one at all, they need some time. So that's why you have a 1 year program. You have 3 months to do all that.
Okay. And is it 25 people or 25 hours, or is it 1 hour per person?
People. I'd like you to have the experience, because each person is going to challenge you in a different way, because they all have a way, they all have a personality, and you need to learn how to deal with these personalities, how to respond, and how to ask specific questions to get a specific answer without being nosy, or without them feeling. I was joking when I said interrogate, but people can feel interrogated. So to ask questions where it feels like you care and you're not nosy. There's a way, right? So you either have a way like that or you have to work on it. You know what I'm talking about when you talk to somebody, they ask you questions and you're kind of wondering if they're really asking questions because they're just nosy or do they really care?
Definitely. I have coworkers like that, so I know exactly what you mean.
Right. So learning how to develop that skill of being a compassionate question asker, as well as more importantly, is a listener, because listening is the highest platform for healing. Dr. Lav used to say compassionate listening is the highest platform for healing. And sometimes people really, I've noticed when I've given, I can't tell you since 1997, I can't count anymore, but I have decided that 80% didn't really want to hear what I had to say. 80% really wanted to be heard. And that's what Karyn Dial said too. They just want to talk and have somebody listen. So I've learned how to be a good listener, because in the beginning, I was so eager to share all my knowledge that I accumulated and studied for and was so passionate about, and I just wanted to download and vomit it all over the world. And I had to learn to pull it in and to just be with and meet them at their level, be with them and to honor them by listening, not by thinking of my next question while they're talking, but truly hearing them, figuring out where they're at, how receptive they are. Are they going to be open to me giving at least 10 recommendations, or would they really be open to 1 or 2? And can I take away this person's coffee? Or are they just going to go home and tell their husband that they had this great meeting with me and they're not going to do anything about it? They just were curious of what is Ayurveda, and they wanted to go in and just, it was an exploratory curiosity, and it wasn't that somebody was really ready to make a transformation. You have to know who you're talking to. You have to know, before I even meet with people anymore, I just want to ask them right up front, are you ready to make a change? Because I really don't want to waste my time anymore, because now it can be a little more selective, and I'm really ready to help people change. And it's okay if they want to come and just chat me up. That's fine too. But I would really prefer if people came to me who really are ready to cut out their coffee, for example, or really ready to make, sacrifices that are required to see a result. Because people come and they just think, well, can't you just give me an herb? Can't you just, give me a mantra and tell me to wear pink and I'll be fine? No, you have to actually, really make a change. It's a lifestyle, and if people aren't ready, you can end up wasting your breath. So I figured it out. I figured I'm not going to waste my breath, and I figured I better get a really good barometer, a little third eye, somebody, the radar, to be able to pick out who is ready and who is just curious. And then I don't feel exhausted after, I sometimes just should talk till I was blue in the face, and I knew they really weren't listening and they weren't going to do anything I said. I could feel that, and I would just feel like, what was that, after they left? And they just paid me, they wasted their money, and I wasted my breath. And well, maybe that was something for them because they got to be heard, but didn't feel like it was the most productive time spent. So I try to figure it out even before they get to me. And sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. I know one girl next week is coming because she is seriously ready to make a change, and I cannot wait to consult with her, because I know that what I say she's going to do, and that there won't be any wasted time. So you'll learn that. When you get your 25 people, one at a time, you'll learn who really wants to do this with you because they want to make a change, that they don't feel well and they're sick of not feeling well, and they know that they have to do something different to really feel better. Then that makes you it gives you a sense of purpose. I'll say that. You will feel so rewarded that you have actually made a difference in someone's life. That, to me, that's what it's all about. So does that answer? Who asked that question?
What about Karima? We never spoke to Karima.
Oh, I didn't see you up there, Karima. I am so sorry.
Yes, no, it's okay. My apologies. My computer had gone out for a time there. My charger, I guess, wasn't fully hooked up.
Oh, well, we still have time. We have 15 minutes. So, thank you, Indu. I don't want.
Thank you, Indu.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad you showed up. I can't hardly see you. It's
I
all
know.
a shadow.
Peace again.
You're hiding. Are you hiding? Do you do that?
No, that's just the lighting in here.
And I don't want anyone to see me at the grocery store when I try to hide. But I don't know. It's okay if you're hiding. We just want to know if you are. If you are, you can stay hidden. No need to come out. I will.
Well, I have it on. I have the camera on. It's just that the lighting in here is very.
Oh, okay. Okay, the lighting is kind of backwards or whatever.
Yeah, the lighting is just very dim in here.
Okay, well, tell me about your plan. I know you said something last time about children and helping midwives give birth. What, are you doing that already?
Well, I spent quite a bit of time working as a doula.
Yes. Okay. So that's your industry. You're already in there.
It is, but my industry is really, my passion has really been about strengthening families on a whole, helping mothers to have healthy babies and children to be healthier. So I would say like more community health is my concern as a whole.
Mm-hmm. So where do you plan to go? It's very specifically, like to like a family planning group center and offer your services, or?
Well, I would love to see some free clinics where families, particularly mothers and their children, being able to receive full holistic care. And I just feel that Ayurveda offers explanations to things that I haven't really gotten answers to until now.
Right. Well, it
So
does.
I feel like it's just so in-depth and intricate that I know I'm going to be studying Ayurveda for years, many years.
Good.
And this course, I feel, was a great, of course, it's more than an introduction, but for me, I feel like the amount of it that I grasped is like introductory level. And that
yes, it's the science of life. Yeah.
As I practice, it's going to soak in more. I know it's going to have to be one of those things that I just do and be.
Yes.
That's what it's going to have to be.
That's the way it usually works too.
Yes.
It's not just 1 year and then you're a master. Yeah.
So this is going to be a matter of me embodying everything that I'm learning. And that's how I'm really going to get it.
That's great. You're going to walk your talk and live the lifestyle that you've learned.
Yeah.
That's important. It starts with you. It starts with you, and then you're convicted. You will be so convicted that this really is, it really works because you did it, and then you can sell it, and then you believe in it. And but I'm not attached to selling it to everybody. I have to make sure that we don't think that Ayurveda is everybody's.
That's right.
Pandora, or panacea. What's the word? It's not everybody's cup of tea. I've had to accept that. And I've found it challenging, but I also found it liberating once I finally get it that some people aren't going to heal with Ayurveda.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to figure it out. Which one, who are the ones that are going to heal with it and who are not. And if I sense right away somebody shut down to it, this is not a religion. I'm not interested in selling this or convincing anyone. As a matter of fact, I just think, oh, well, that works for you. Whatever it is, I really, and I mean it with all my heart. I don't feel that it's for everybody. So with that said, it is for certain people.
And I don't really feel the need to push it. I feel like for me, it just helps to give me a greater understanding of our bodies, our health, and the universe.
Me too. It's really helped me understand my body immensely and understand the universe and how it works with the 3 doshas. It just changed my life. Now I see the world through Ayurvedic lenses, and it's challenging to talk to other people who don't see it that way. I'm all right with it. I understand how they might see it. But you probably experience the same thing. Not everybody sees it the same way, but I value Ayurveda because it's given me a deep understanding, whereas no other system has.
Yes, that's how I feel too.
Yes.
So, I mean, with that, I just would really like to see healing take place in the homes. Our children, I think that we need a lot of tools that people can understand. So, I mean, even why can't we have like even Ayurveda coloring books or things like that?
Now you're talking. I wanted to hear something very specific and practical. You could pioneer. You could do, Ayurvedic coloring books. What a great idea.
Yes, like things that would help, like flashcards and things like that. More posters that.
Yeah, maybe you're an artist and you could do posters for children.
I could see that, and just using it again on the birth front for mothers, in the area of birthing.
Oh yeah,
mothers, and them learning how to. I know I need to be more specific. I'm kind of going all over the place, but that'll come, I guess, as I start to write out more what my vision is. But ultimately, I see retreats, I see birthing centers and clinics.
I like it. I think that if you could stay in the doula industry and sort of segue in, since you're already in there, maybe you can advertise yourself as an Ayurvedic doula, or you could offer Ayurveda to other doulas to help them become Ayurvedic doulas or see the world through the lenses of Ayurveda and make different choices on birthing based on the Veda. I don't know. You could impact the doula world. I say, why reinvent the wheel? Why not just go right into where you're already at and meet them? Meet the doulas who they already know you. You've already established a rapport and there's credibility, and you can maybe even write a little book on how to use the Veda and knowledge of the Veda in birthing. I don't even know
birthing. Yes.
I don't know much about birthing. Honestly, that's not my okay. But you obviously know a lot about it and could implement and integrate some of what you've learned into that specific industry in that field, and you could promote yourself as such. Become an expert. Why spread yourself all around to different clinics and different all over the world, and just go right to the niche market that you're already in. Yeah? Or are you ready to just let that go and that no longer interests you? I don't want you to go somewhere where there's no passion.
Oh, no, it does interest me. I just have a lot of interest, so it's hard to figure out,
which one. Well, let me help you a little.
And I think it might even change at different points in my life. Like,
oh, yeah.
I always said that I could see myself ending up being a midwife, like,
cool.
Plus.
Good. So, I like that. And midwife, you could go on to midwifery school and use what you learned in this program, and integrate all of it. This is stuff that you can take with you in any industry. I'm just helping you focus because I have a daughter with severe ADD. My ex-husband of 20 years has ADD. I had ADD. I know.
And when it comes to anything esoteric, I do tend to go all over the place
and that's hard because we want you to get focused. Otherwise, you spread so thin and change your mind so much that you never really get to the end.
That sounds kind of Vata-ish.
Right? It is. You might have a Manas Vakruti, your mind, Manas Vakruti, that is Vata. We could see that in Jyotish. If I looked at your moon, which is the mind, we could look at what the moon is doing. You might have a Vata moon. But if you do, that's okay, because there's a gift in every adversity. So, you know, your daydreaming kind of ADD way can be a gift in so many ways too, because you can watch 10 TVs at once where other people can't. So that said, you know, multitasking is a gift of people that do have ADD, and other people who don't have ADD cannot multitask like us. So that said, this session tonight was focused on helping everybody get a direction for their next chapter after they graduate. That's what I had hoped for the outcome to be. So that's why I'm trying to give you some vector to hang on, and you can change it anytime you want. But think about it tonight, at least. That might be a nice place to put your attention, is in the doula world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So any other questions from anybody? We have 3 minutes left. Or do we have, oh no, we have 7. No questions?
Well, I guess just one more clarification then for those unsupervised, I was going to say unsupervised visits, whatever they are.
They're visits, they're client intakes.
So basically, I think Renee had written that there is forms that we need to fill out and hand in. So she's going to send
she's going to send you those forms over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then basically it's just going off of that then. So take each.
Those are not the intake forms.
No.
Oh, all right. It's
forms to hand in. You will make your own intake form.
Okay, so deal with your own intake form, but then fill out the paper you give us. That's going to show, I think you just said, right, like make sure that we're accessing, obviously, their Vikriti, their Prakriti, then come up with a recommendation, and then just kind of write a brief about
you'll do that on your own. This is a condensed form, so Karyn doesn't have to go through. We have 6 people doing 25.
Right.
Consultation. So it's like the name, the address, the phone number, the Vikriti, the Prakriti, and a little bit more information. I'll find it and I'll send it to Karyn and see if she wants to add to it. And then I'll share it with the group.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't think I'm going to add to it, though. I like it nice and concise. I'm just saying if you want to make a note, you know, you could scribble, you know, I had this experience with this client, or you know, I'm trying to avoid long, you know, people can get really long-winded.
It's nice to be with them, you know, and literally go through the process of the intake, right? And then, so that obviously by us going through the intake, we're going to come up with, you know, their Vikriti and Prakriti.
That's right. That's the main deal, is I want to know that you were able to determine that. And I know that you couldn't have determined that just by talking to them for 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Any other questions?
How long do you think that each intake might take on average?
It should take about an hour to do it correctly. I usually take an hour and a half just because I add the Jyotish in. But, you know, before I did the Jyotish, it was an hour. It would take me about an hour and a half, depending on the person. I'm not a clock watcher. So whatever it took for me to get to the bottom root of what their problem was, to figure out their Vikriti, Prakriti, and then what kind of chikitsa, and then organize a follow-up time for them to come in. That takes time too, because people want to know what the follow-up is about and what do they expect and what dates, and all of that takes an hour at least.
Can we give them the form to take it home and fill it and bring it?
I usually send the client profile in the email before their appointment for them to print out and fill out on their own. And then when they come to the appointment, they have it complete. Not everybody does it.
Yeah.
I've had to chase people down, and then you just have to, you know, sweat the small stuff. And some people just don't want to do it. They would rather do it with you. But if you can get people to do it on their own time, that saves you some time.
Yes. Thank you.
And then, to be honest with you, do you have them send it back to you before they see you, or meaning they bring it with you?
They bring it. They bring it. Yeah, nobody's actually ever sent it to me prior. That might be an idea. I usually have a lot of questions, though, that I would prefer to just go over with them. When they give it to me, it seems to work out.
Yeah, but then when you get to them in person and you fill and they've already have it filled out, then you're able to sit with them, I guess, in that time.
Yes, and I read through it
With them.
with them.
Questions and what have you. And then would it be at that time, like that would be the follow-up with them, because then afterwards you will be digesting all of that with them and you'll be able to find out what the Vikriti and the Prakriti is, or you're assessing all of that on the spot with them, and then of course you can figure out what it is. You know,
you're assessing all of that in 1 hour with them.
Yeah, meaning like when you're with them, you're already figuring out, oh my God, of course this is their Vikriti and Prakriti, boom, before the session's even over, or by the end that you know.
Right.
Follow up with them, because you said then you would organize like a follow-up appointment with them, meaning a follow-up appointment with them after you already assessed and gave them a recommendation, so you want to let them start to do it and then come back and meet with you.
Well, I didn't mean to confuse you with the follow-up. The follow-up doesn't have to be within your 25. You don't have to, because you're just starting. But once you get into your practice, it's a good idea to do a follow-up with all your clients, because they're going to want to tell you how they did. Well, this is what happened when I followed the Pitta diet, and now look at me, and my skin rash is gone, and or not, or they have something new, and the Triphala, gave them diarrhea, and they're in a healing crisis, and what should they do? So options to see you again is important.
Yeah, but that's not part of this.
No, you don't. You could, if you wanted to do that follow-up, you could. I'm not saying don't, but I'd like to see 25 different people in this.
Right. Yep.
So if you did a follow-up, it's on your own time, and maybe you ask for a donation.
Yep.
Because you're really working at that point.
Yep. Gotcha.
Any other questions?
How much do you charge people if they come to see you? I mean, I've never done this. So
I charge $108 here in Newport, but every place is different. Where you're in New York, I don't know what the
$108.
Yeah.
Okay. For a first visit.
For the first visit, and then $50 for follow-up.
Follow-up. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have to be in person, or can it be on video chat as well?
I've done it on video chat. I prefer it in person because I can feel their pulse, and I get, more intuition when I see them in person.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it on the video, but not impossible, especially if you have Jyotish, because then you have another way other than pulse. I like to feel the pulse and do the Jyotish, and when they're both aligned, I know I'm right. So that's a good question. Any other questions?
It's too much to think right now. Such a volume of knowledge we've taken. I think questions will come as you go along.
Yes, as you go. And
as you go, because it's going to be a different client with a different problem.
That's so true. That's why I want 25 different people, so you can learn about different personalities and dynamics, and each one is going to bring a gift to you as well. There'll be a healing. They'll teach you something, and you'll teach them, and it'll be a beautiful exchange. It'll be a great experience for you. I loved it, every minute of it.
I just enjoyed this Ayurveda, especially when it helps you to. What I have found is that it helps you to understand your dosha, and you can, once you understand that, then you can tailor your lifestyle to that. You have to discipline yourself to it.
Yes.
And then if you can discipline yourself to that, what is good for you on your diet and what you have to do to improve your lifestyle, and maybe find something in your work and do your meditation, and then you're focused. You're not wandering all over. Your thoughts are not wandering all over. You have to be focused. And when you understand that, and you do your breathing exercise and you do your yoga, all that together, it enriches the lifestyle.
It does. Wow, I love that you are learning this, Indu. This is so fabulous.
I know. I can, Nikki and I was learning, practicing yesterday what to study, but I feel the most important for me is to understand the digestion and the nutrition, because it all starts from there, and then you find out all what your weaknesses are.
This is true. It all starts with digestion, and people have called Ayurveda the science of digestion. Really, it is. It's about what to digest.
We did about 2.5 hours of learning yesterday.
That's great.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, it is 9:05. I don't want to keep you all, even though I love every minute with you.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And I also want to just read what Renee wrote. The practitioner program. I'm working on it. I actually have a doctor that just came to the school, Dr. Hema, and she is going to help me devise the practitioner program. And I mean, maybe we could have it right here. We could do it virtually and live together at the same time, on campus, because she's local. She's in Framingham. And she is a doctor of Ayurveda as well. She just finished the College of California, Ayurveda College, whatever that is, CCA. And she's willing to put the practitioner with me, work together. But I won't probably be able to really do that until I sell the school, because the school is overwhelming. And the sale of the school needs to go through. I've got to find the buyer.
Why are you selling the school?
Not Sama. I'm selling the Newport Massage School. It's the Rhode Island license, and that's nothing to do with this program.
Okay.
It'll just.
But we've learned so much from you.
Oh, thank you. I'll never sell
and
this.
You have to share this knowledge with the others.
Yeah, I love you, Indu. Thank you. I want to always have this. Yes, this is my true love.
My God, for a moment I lost the heartbeat. I said, what is she talking about?
No. This is the brick and mortar. I have 6-year lease with this school and the Rhode Island license and federal accreditation, and it's just not what I want to do anymore. I do want to run the ABS program. I always will have that, so I won't sell the ABS or my AHC, and I'm going to move into the Jyotish and go into the practitioner level. And I think I was just grandfathered in as an Ayurvedic doctor, by the way. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'd like to do the practitioner course with you.
Yeah, that's coming. That I just have to free myself up from one of the many things I'm doing.
That's all right. I'm always here.
It might take a year. It might take a year for that.
That's okay. In the meantime, I'll learn what I'm learning now. And
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. Then I'll be back in the groove in about a year after I finish with this buyer. It's going to need me to hold his hand or her hand, whoever it is. I'm going to have to do some hand holding for a year, and then and keep this school alive, and never mind trying to launch another school. I just can't even think about it because I'm overwhelmed. But that's where I'm going, and the Jyotish is my passion. So I'm working with Dr. Hema and telling her that this practitioner program has to be a little combination of the medical, and Gowrie is going to be involved. So we're going to do a practitioner program that's more unique than the other practitioner programs out there, where it's a little more the Jyotish piece than the pulse. Like, I won't be teaching as much diagnostics with pulse. I'll be doing more diagnostics with the birth time. That's my goal, but give me a year to sell the school, and then we do it. Then we'll have a practitioner.
I think this pulse is something you have to just do and do and do. I forget to do it so many times during the day, but when I do, but now I've learned how to feel the difference between the, on your fingertips.
Yes.
With the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting it, but yes. It's not that it'll come immediate. This Ayurveda is a lot.
There are a lot of legs to the Veda. There's so many limbs. We're going to practice pulse in Yogaville, so everybody will feel each other's pulse. We'll have pulse circles. So that's how I learned really how to do the pulse in the pulse circles with my fellow classmates. It was the easiest way for me to learn. So we'll do that. So do not fear. You will understand pulse. You may never be pulse master like Dr. Ladd. He knew I had wheatgrass juice just for lunch. I don't know how he knew that. Because through the pulse, he was my master. Not because I had green mustache either. It was because he felt my pulse. So anyways, I'm going to let you all go. We've chatted enough. Did I miss anything here? Teaching tools for Ayurveda. Oh, yes, I want to announce Dr. Anusha is teaching next Thursday. Please don't miss it. It's such an honor. I can't believe she agreed to teach in our program. She's a celebrity. She's written a book with Dr. Ladd on the Marma points. So you've got to come in and take her class. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, she's really intelligent. She's an acupuncturist and knows the Marma points. Let me see if I missed anything else. No, that's it. So,
how did the wheatgrass affect your pose?
What'd you say?
How did the wheatgrass affect your pose?
I don't know how he knew that I had wheatgrass. He just took my pulse and he said, "Did you have wheatgrass for lunch?" And I'm like,
Wow.
oh my God, I thought I had it on my shirt or I spilled it all over myself. And I asked my friend Barbara, who was right next to me, because she was next in line for a poultry.
Amazing.
I did not have any green on my shirt or my mustache was not green. He was just I'm not surprised because he just knew he knew the guy behind me had lost his gallbladder. How did he know that? He had no gallbladder. He said, "You do not have gallbladder." The guy had his gallbladder removed. See, Dr. Ladd was just, to me, a magician. Unbelievable. So, yeah, that's how we knew, just from the pulse. But
someday you must arrange that we can meet him.
Oh, well, I'd like to. I don't think he's very mobile anymore. He likes to just work from New Mexico. So we more like have to go out there to see him. Who wrote Christina Collins? Christina Collins.
I did. Heidi did.
Heidi. Oh, yes. She's a great teacher.
Yeah, I'm amazing. In fact, yes.
She's on the same birthday as Gauriji, believe it or not. And I know. And I met her at the Arshavidya ashram. She wanted to be to do private. It was very expensive, $2,000 right up front. I really would like to be part of a group more instead of paying. But, if I was to choose a private teacher, I enjoyed her. But actually, I have another one that I like for a private teacher that is a Harvard physicist that I'm actually doing private classes with, but no upfront. She's not she doesn't want anything up front. Her name is Renee Osha. Renee, Renay. I'll write it out. If you want to go to her website, she's brilliant. She's another student of Hart Defoe. She knows Penny Farrow. Renee.
So would she be, this would be considered your lineage?
This is, I'm a Hart. I have studied with Hart, and that's my lineage. But doesn't mean it's the only. There's many paths up the mountain, and I even have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder when Penny gets all on her rants about how everyone has to do it Hart's way, and that bugs me because I've studied under so many teachers that have great knowledge that there isn't one way. I have to say his way is pretty damn good, but it's not the only way. And I'd like to actually study his way with the Western Ayanamsa and try that. And another great guy who's doing Western Ayanamsa with Jyotish, who's a very good friend of mine, is Ryan Kirksack. You can barely get an appointment with him. He's so popular. Ryan, he's got so many YouTube videos. If you go to YouTube and just listen to Ryan, you'll love him. Ryan, he's very funny. He's funny in a dry sense of humor. So I'll put his name in too to check him out. Ryan Kirk. Zach Kirk. Wait a minute. Kirk. Zach. There's two really amazing. Renee has an incredible, I think it's called Astro, Astro.com, where she's a true scientist turned a Vedic astrologer. So her brain is just mind-blowing. Harvard physicist teaching when she was like a teenager. And
I'm not seeing the names in the chat.
I just did it. Oh, to Renee privately. That's not helping. Shoot.
Come. Oops.
Oh, there it goes. So there's Renee Oshop, and she's who I study with. I get like twice a month or once a month when I can. I do a private with her, and she's one of my greatest teachers besides Penny and a few others. And then Ryan's written a pretty cool book on Jyotish, and he is sort of a renegade right now. Penny Farrell's kind of after Ryan, thinking that Ryan is the Antichrist. Because Ryan is doing Jyotish in the purest sense of the way of Jyotish, but he's changed the Ayanamsa to the Western Ayanamsa. So he's doing tropical. It's just, anyways, it's a little bit different, but I trust Ryan because I've known him for 15 years or longer, and he wasn't doing it on the Western Ayanamsa when I first met him. So I know when somebody's gone both ways, he did the sidereal, traditional, studied with Hart Defoe, and studied with that guy with the beard. What's his name? Oh, you all know him. He's with Nama. Famous. Won a Nobel Peace Prize. What's his name? David Frawley. And then he just turned into Western Ayanamsa, and he keeps trying to convert me. And I keep saying, Ryan, I am wide open to actually both the Western and the sidereal. So I am going to explore that. Just right now, I'm just too busy. So check him out on YouTube and have fun.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yes. Love you all.
Good night.
Love you all.